focusing on just getting a loan, the product, lowest fees and charges, the lowest rate, rather than loan structuring required to grow a property portfolio.
What people do is they get the lowest possible rate and then they follow the refinance rebates with no regard if it helps them take a step towards their long-term wealth creation goals. And then they end up choosing to pay less now and end up paying more later with high-risk loan structures. They miss out on tax savings and they pay in terms of opportunity costs. The lender may or may not allow you to access equity.
Unknowingly taking steps that will impact your property acquisition. So you can only take decisions with the information you have available today, and things may change. But what you can do is be educated to make the right decisions that apply today. Loan structuring is something that needs to be navigated over a period of time. And we've had people reach out to us saying, well, we want to build a portfolio. And just 2 months prior, they have refinanced and they paid LMI when they should have stayed with the lender. They paid LMI to maximize the equity they can access.
It's no big picture focus on long-term goals. It's just about getting that low rate or refinance rebate. Just the purpose is to refinance a loan. You need to have a big picture focus in terms of what you can achieve and make sure the loan works for you rather than against you. Sure, at times, clients come to us and if we refinance them, maybe we might make more money, but is it really in the client's best interest? Does it actually align with their long-term goals? Is it actually going to help them achieve the goal that they're after?
So this is a case study where product focus will cost these people a lot over the longer term.
So Adam and Mary are a couple in their 40s with 3 dependents. Adam's an engineer and Mary is a coach. Their family income is $300,000. So when they reached out, like where they were in terms of when they came to us, they had an owner-occupied property. They had $50,000 in equity available at the time, and they had about $160,000 in cash savings. Mary wanted to start investing and do something to set themselves up over the long term. So in terms of the proposed solution with a tailored plan that they chose to not follow, the proposal was restructure of the existing home loan to reduce their non-tax deductible loan, convert that loan into tax deductible loan, maximize equity release from their home, maximize cash flow, tax benefits, and flexibility to pay off their home quicker. And we mapped out actionable tailored strategy for them to purchase their first investment property and also be set up to effectively purchase another property after that. So what did they do instead? They chased a $4,000 rebate from a bank not suited to their goals. There was no planning. It was just about refinance and getting that rebate.
So the lender they went to wouldn't have even released the equity for them to achieve the goal they were wanting to achieve.
Yeah, but because they were asking the question after, when they had gone and implemented that, so what do we do now? But then the plan was already laid out. So it was unfortunately not the right thing to do. So after chasing the refinance rebate, they still don't understand they should have already followed the plan. And they did not follow through with the strategy. If they did follow, then they would have reduced their loan by $160,000 and restructured to convert the funds into a tax-effective loan. Then they would have invested the $50,000 in equity and $160,000 debt recycled, total of $210,000 into 2 $630,000 properties, assuming they paid LMI.
And what time frame was this?
In terms of
late 2021 it was, or
late 2020, like I think October, November 2020. And say by early 2021, they would have purchased 2 properties worth $630,000 each. And at that time, what $630,000 could buy, you can't buy that today. That would have been
maybe it would be touching maybe $1 million even, or a couple of $100,000.
Yeah, a couple of $100,000 gains because looking at some of our clients, say a client who purchased 2 back-to-back properties for about we will go through the examples of sub $500,000 property, and they're already ahead a couple of $100,000 in the same amount of time.
So these guys could have bought 2 properties with the funds they had by paying a small cost with LMI, not chasing the rebate, and they would have had a portfolio of $1.26 million.
Yeah, and then 2021, the national average growth was 13.5%.
And that was only start of the growth, the boom that we had.
Yeah,
and they've lost $85,000 plus.
Yeah, if not more now in today's terms, because same property would not be $630,000. What they could buy today would be much more inferior in an inferior location.
Yeah, and lost tax benefits, right? If they were using something like $200,000 out of savings,
$160,000
out of savings, we are talking at least maybe $30,000 to $45,000 in tax savings over the life of those investment properties.
Yeah.
Yeah.